What's up, everyone? The Instant Classic here again, day after WrestleMania. It's a good feeling to have ordered it. I'm really glad I did. So, anyway, I just wanted to make this video. I'm not sure how well it's going to work with my kind of lack of viewers. Even though I've gotten quite a lot, I was really surprised with my WrestleMania review. So, good. Anyway, I just want to send a challenge out there to all of you who Ric Flair has made a significant impact, not only on you as a fan of wrestling, but possibly even on your life in general. I just want to give you guys the opportunity on here. Just come on here, make a video. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. Just talk about what Ric Flair has meant to you over, whether you've been a wrestling fan for 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, doesn't really matter. Just say, what Ric Flair has meant to you. So I'm going to do mine of what Ric Flair has meant to me right now. And if I have to go into a part 2, that's totally fine with me. I just really want to get everything out there. So I remember watching Rick and him being the 16-time world champion back in WCW a little bit. I remember him in his big feud, him and David against the Filthy Animals. So I really liked Rick because he was on the lower mid card back then, and I was young back then, so I could stay up late enough to watch Rick wrestle. But there was always, he had this swagger about him, and I hadn't, 16-time world champion didn't mean much to me back then, but he always had this. While he wasn't the greatest wrestler when I saw him back in the 90s, he still had this swagger, this personality about him that was really cool. So it was just really cool to see him back then. So around a little bit after WCW got bought out, stopped watching wrestling until late 2005. Heard about Eddie's death and decided to give wrestling another shot. It just sparked my interest. So I saw a couple of Raws leading up until the Raw after Edge had won the world title for the first time against John Cena. He was in a TLC match against Flair. And I truly believe that had this match not been on at the time that at this Raw, I wouldn't be a wrestling fan right now. This match was unbelievable. It just built up so well, and I mean, when Rick pulled the belt down, wow, just a really great moment there. It was unreal. I was rooting for him the entire way. So let's fast forward to July 2006. Now, I don't get Sci-Fi Channel in my house, so I don't watch ECW. But one week I decided to go over to my buddy's house, and we were watching ECW over there. It just so happened that the match was Big Show versus Flair, and it was just so cool. That match, I mean, I was screaming at the top of my lungs for Ric Flair to win the ECW champion, because I thought it was possible. It was only the second week where they were bringing, like a lot of wrestlers from other brands to ECW to challenge Big Show for the title. So I thought it was entirely possible. I say, hey, Flair is kind of like an anti-ECW character, so, they might swear with the title on him. And, I mean, after he hit all those low blows, stiff low blows to Big Show, and then all those hardcore shots he hit him, oh, it was just unreal. So then, fast forward now to the first live show I went to, a Raw. It was at the end of 06 November. Flair was in a feud with Kenny from the Spirit Squad. And I just saw the match, and I didn't care. I knew Flair was wrestling that night, and I didn't care if it was a 20-minute classic he had or a 2-minute job, which it turned out to be the 2-minute job. I just wanted to be able to say for once in my life that I got to see Ric Flair wrestle live, like in person. So I did, and it was not the greatest match, I won't lie, but it did me well. So yeah, and then I've just really enjoyed. Flair has a passion for the business, and he just he just loves to wrestle. I mean, so many people these days like to bash wrestling, and you can see Flair just bleeds wrestling. He loves the business, and that's what I really love to see. I think that's what a lot of people love about Flair, is he is a positive influence in wrestling, and it's what people want to see. You know, there's too much negativity, I think, just in general in this world today, and Flair amplifies what a really positive guy and a guy who just loves his job really does to a whole culture of fans. So then I heard news that Ric Flair was going to retire. Spoilers, I think I heard him around December of '07, and I was just like, wow, you know, it's finally time. You know, he's finally going to go. And I'm a big I'm a big Packers fan. So, I mean, when Brett Favre retired, I mean, I was sad, but I wasn't that bad. So, yeah, I was just like, I figured, hey, you know, it was his time to go. But with Flair, I was just like, wow, you know, hey, it's time to go. It'll be all right. So I went to a SmackDown a couple weeks ago, knowing it was going to be probably the last time I would see Ric Flair ever wrestle live. The match, him and Shawn versus Edge and the Edgeheads and Chavo Guerrero. And, I mean, that match was not, I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it was, wow, what a match to see Ric Flair go out on. I was just really thankful for the fact that I got to see Flair wrestle live just one last time. That's all I really just wanted, was to see him wrestle live just one more time, and I got to see it. So that really satisfied me. Then last night, I don't order pay-per-views. And I don't watch streams either. I think that if you're gonna watch a pay-per-view from the company, pay your money. And you know, I'm not trying to bash people who do watch streams, but I personally just don't agree with them. So last minute, I missed the entire preview, and I decided basically for this whole reason of Flair vs. Michaels to order this pay-per-view. And I'd watched, and I was kind of hoping this would go on last, but it wound up going in the middle of the card. But, oh my God, I'm starting to think I underrated it in my match, or in my review. Just wow. It was a great match to go out on, and unfortunately I couldn't pause my the pay-per-view or my DVR or whatever, because my dog wanted to come inside, so it was raining here, so I had to go upstairs and wipe her paws. And I came back down, and Shawn was just laying on Flair, and I'm like, oh God, jeez, what the hell happened? And then they just go to a replay, and I just see Shawn saying, I'm sorry, I love you, and then just kicked him. And I mean, to see their Flair crying on the ground as he got pinned, knowing that was the last sell he would ever make in wrestling, it was just a really emotional time to see a guy who loved, I mean, had a passion for something so much, and now it's all over. Today, I've just been, you know, kind of been having an empty feeling, you know. I'm just like, well, you know, I just don't have, me personally, I just don't really have the fire. I don't have the passion for wrestling. I feel like that I did last night. I just kind of burnt out, you know, like, well, where do I go from here as a wrestling fan? So, I'm sure I'll be more upbeat after this wave passes, but I really just want to say, I know he'll probably never see this, but Rick, really thank you for all you've contributed to this business and what you've meant to all of us fans. We love you very much, and we really want to thank you for everything you've done for all of us. So, and for that, I think I speak for everyone on YouTube and all the wrestling fans just around the world. So, that's all. I'd like to hear your guys' responses, so if you could make some responses to this video, I'd enjoy that. I'd enjoy hearing what you guys think of Flair. So, thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys later.